I really enjoyed being a part of this journey and all the people that I met, the remarkable people that I met and interviewed. And by now, for me, this is my next chapter in life.
I want to see how hard he hits, Mike. I really want to see, bro. Let's see all the legends, the myths, because you're Iron Mike Tyson, but I have an iron chin.
You grew up watching Mike Tyson, and he's one of your greatest fighters of all time. The last thing you want to do is see him get back in the ring at 58 years old and lose to Jake Paul.
Mike Tyson has finally responded respite to the recent brain damage warning ahead of his much-anticipated fight with Jake Paul. However, Eddie Hearn didn't mince words when delivering his harsh evaluation of the forthcoming bout between Tyson and Paul.
I don't want to. It's difficult because when you give, like, you know my opinion. I've given interviews about it before, but if you say anything negative, you're a hater. I'm just like, I get the event. I know what people want to see. They want to see freak shows, and that's what it is. It's a freak show.
Eddie Hearn didn't hold back in his critical assessment of the upcoming fight, conveying that, although he understands the event's nature and knows what the audience seeks, he considers it more of a spectacle than a serious athletic contest. Hearn further added, "It'll do really well, people will tune in. But it's not for everyone if you grew up watching Mike Tyson and he's one of your greatest fighters of all time. The last thing you want to do is see him get back in the ring at 58 years old, when the fight takes place on July 23 and lose to Jake Paul." He acknowledged the likelihood of the event's success due to public interest, but expressed reservations about its appeal to traditional boxing fans, especially those who revered Mike Tyson in his prime. Hearn said the general consensus from the casual audience is, "Oh, that's a bit of a freak show. I'll watch that. Who knows what's going to be on the card? Maybe it's a great night of boxing. We'll see." Hearn implied that the event, viewed by some as a mere entertainment rather than a legitimate sports event, might still be successful if it manages to combine a compelling undercard with the main spectacle. He remained non-committal about his own plans to watch the fight, suggesting his decision would depend on the quality of the undercard. Asked whether he will watch the fight, Hearn replied, we'll see what's on the undercard. I don't know." On the other hand, the verbal duel between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has soared to unparalleled levels recently. Paul directed a witty dig at the boxing legend via social media. He revealed a new facial tattoo on Instagram mirroring Tyson's famous ink with precision. However, Paul's next move proved to be the ultimate knockout. As you can see, the scene shifted to reveal a man with a noticeable portion of his ear missing, swiftly followed by Jake Paul himself playfully holding a fake ear in his mouth. This playful nod to Tyson's notorious 1997 disqualification against Evander Holyfield struck a chord. While Tyson may have shrugged it off, it certainly didn't escape the notice of Holyfield, who had a witty comeback prepared for Jake Paul. Almost 3 decades ago, the world of boxing was rocked by a moment of sheer disbelief known as the bite fight, in an act that stunned spectators worldwide. Mike Tyson, famously nicknamed Iron Mike, unexpectedly bit into Evander Holyfield's ear during their highly anticipated rematch in 1997. The rivalry between these two legendary fighters was characterized by intense competition and perpetual controversy. Holyfield had previously dethroned Tyson in 1996, making the rematch a pivotal opportunity for Tyson to reclaim his coveted title. Tyson's fury eclipsed his tactical acumen, culminating in the notorious disqualification when he infamously bit off a portion of Holyfield's ear. This incident became fodder for jest by the problem child. Nevertheless, Holyfield swiftly retaliated against Paul. Mockery of the ear biting.
Keep my ear out your mouth. Now that's the real deal.
As you can see, Holyfield was observed scrutinizing Jake Paul's footage before humorously parodying the promotional video for the Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson bout. He punched a duplicate Jake Paul and said, "Keep my ear out of your mouth." The video doesn't end there. It gets more interesting as it features a cameo of Jake Paul's rival, Hasim Rahman. Jar nods his head and says, "Now that's a real deal." Meanwhile, at 57, Tyson's return to the ring has sparked concerns over safety, yet his trainer reported. El Cordo is diligently addressing these worries, leaving no stone unturned in preparation for the bout. He said we shouldn't be worried. He knows how to fight. You can see the fire in his eyes when he trains, and he will never give less than that. I truly believe it is going to be a great show. Mike is going to step into the ring as the old Mike Tyson, and he's going to try and knock out Jake from the beginning to the end. Cordo emphasizes Tyson's pedigree, a two-time world champion who's faced the best. Tyson's trainer believes that this fight will be just like any other fight the fans have seen. In addition, the status of the fight, whether it will be officially sanctioned as a professional bout or categorized as an exhibition, is currently uncertain. Along with Tyson's health issues, however, his trainer Cordo stated, I believe people don't have to be concerned about his health and safety. You're talking about a guy who was a two-time world champ, the guy that had 29 fights in 2 years. When he steps it inside the ring, he knows what to do. Cordo observed a relentless spark igniting within the International Boxing Hall of Famer. As he tirelessly trained, he confidently asserted that this summer spectators would witness the reissue of the legendary Tyson as he stepped back into the ring with unwavering determination. Meanwhile, Bernard Hopkins stepped into the spotlight as the newest voice opposing the upcoming matchup. In an exclusive interview with Fight Hub TV, the legendary International Boxing Hall of Famer shared his insights on the bout, expressing his thoughts. He said, I don't like it. I don't like it. I look at Mike. I look at him differently in a way of my era, like people looked at Muhammad Ali. And I looked at Ali differently too. Marvin Hagler's Sugar Ray Robinson. I don't like it. Hopkins criticized the match as leaning more towards entertainment than serious sport, likening it to a sideshow that might only offer minimal genuine athletic competition. He firmly stated that he had no intention of watching the fight, humorously noting that watching two turtles race would be more thrilling for him. Hopkins further added, I think it's becoming more of a sesso with some sweat and maybe some blood. If we're lucky, I won't watch it. I could watch two turtles race and be more excited. Hopkins was questioned about whether his remarks stemmed from the generation difference between the two individuals. To this, he replied, it's because of how I look at Mike Tyson. I've shared not only the ring with Mike Tyson a few times, but the era, a little tip of the era. I just think it degrades him. You're getting $100 million, $200 million. Please. Okay, social media was set ablaze earlier this month with the revelation of the impending match, igniting fervent discussions over the eventual victor and Jake's persistent challenge of more seasoned fighters. Yet amidst the flurry of speculation, whispers also surfaced regarding the speculated regulations governing their forthcoming showdown.
Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight might not be happening anymore after the insane rules for this fight were leaked and Jake Paul received massive pushback from the internet. When people found out that Jake Paul was going to be able to fight at a heavier weight, untested for drugs, with headgear, and with the ability to tag his brother in at the same time, they hated.
As you can see here, a TikTok video posted by the user MorePickAndy suggested that Paul would be mandated to wear headgear akin to that of an amateur boxer, whereas Mike Tyson wouldn't wear any protection at all. Not only that, Pi went on to assert something even more outlandish. He suggested that Jake could tag in his older brother Logan Paul if he found himself running low on energy. Jake quickly brushed off the idea as ridiculous. In fact, the pushback was so strong that Jake himself denied it. Check this out, just a quick message to the people who are complaining about the rules of me versus Mike Tyson. Ooh, some TikToker made a video making up all these fake rules. Me and Logan tag teaming him, us wearing headgear, all of this boo. If you believe that you're an idiot, then you shouldn't be allowed to. But now that Jake has backtracked and stated that these will not be the rules, he's faced with an even worse reality, having to face Mike Tyson one-on-one without protective gear in a heavier way. Paul's associate NASA Badarian likewise dispelled speculations regarding the utilization of headgear during the match. He said unequivocally there is no headgear for Paul versus Tyson. Haters spreading fake news, but it won't stop the tens of millions of views. Recently, Jake Paul addressed and dismissed the rumors circulating about him in a podcast. He expressed his dismay at the widespread belief in these baseless claims, calling the situation absurd and lamenting the stupidity he perceives in society today.